On January 10, 2025, a firestorm erupted in the hills above Los Angeles. The Eaton Fire, as it came to be known, ripped through the community of Altadena, California. This firestorm became a stark reminder of the vulnerability of urban areas to wildfires. As firefighters raced to contain the blaze, they encountered a terrifying obstacle-dry fire hydrants. The lifeblood of firefighting, the water supply, had been severed. The images were dramatic and terrifying. Homes engulfed in flames, desperate residents fleeing for their lives, and firefighters helpless without water forced to watch the inferno rage. This was not a scene from a disaster movie. This was a real-life nightmare unfolding in one of America's most iconic cities. The failure of the fire hydrants was not merely an inconvenience, it was a catastrophic failure of infrastructure at the worst possible time. Firefighters were forced to travel miles to Pasadena to refill their trucks, precious minutes ticking away as the fire grew larger and more destructive. The consequences of this delay were devastating, allowing the fire to spread unchecked and consume everything in its path. The lack of water significantly hampered firefighting efforts, turning what might have been a controllable situation into an inferno. Firefighters, their hands tied by the lack of water pressure, could only watch in frustration as homes and businesses were reduced to ashes. The Eaton Fire became a testament to the critical importance of reliable water infrastructure in combating wildfires. The dry hydrants were not simply an unfortunate coincidence, they were a symptom of a larger problem. Los Angeles, despite its location in a region prone to wildfires, was woefully unprepared for the scale of the disaster. The city's water infrastructure, designed for a different era, was simply not equipped to handle the demands of a major wildfire in the 21st century. The situation in Altadena raised serious questions about the city's ability to respond effectively to future wildfires. With climate change fueling hotter, drier conditions and longer fire seasons, the threat to Los Angeles is only going to grow. The Eaton Fire served as a wake-up call, a stark reminder that the city must invest in upgrading its water infrastructure and fire preparedness if it hopes to withstand the fiery challenges to come. The Eaton Fire exposed a critical weakness in Los Angeles's infrastructure, its aging water system. The city's water mains, many of which were built decades ago, were not designed to handle the massive water demands of modern firefighting efforts, especially in hilly terrain. The system, already strained by drought conditions and a growing population, simply couldn't keep up. Adding to the crisis, the very design of Los Angeles, with its sprawling neighborhoods nestled into the foothills, makes it exceptionally vulnerable to wildfires. These areas, often with limited access and steep terrain, pose significant challenges for firefighters, even with adequate water supplies. The lack of water pressure only exacerbated these challenges, turning difficult situations into impossible ones. Experts have long warned about the dangers of outdated water systems in fire-prone areas. The Eaton Fire tragically underscored these warnings, turning them into a harsh reality. The incident sparked outrage and calls for immediate action. Residents, many of whom had lost their homes, demanded to know why the city was caught so unprepared. The Eaton Fire was not an isolated incident. It was one of several wildfires that ravaged the Los Angeles area in January 2025, each one a testament to the growing threat of urban wildfires. The Palisades Fire, the Hearst Fire, and the Eaton Fire collectively scorched thousands of acres, consumed homes and businesses, and left a trail of devastation in their wake. The human toll of these fires was immense. Thousands of residents were displaced from their homes, many with nothing but the clothes on their backs. The fires caused billions of dollars in property damage, leaving many facing an uncertain future. The emotional scars, the trauma of losing homes, businesses, and a sense of security will likely take years to heal. The fires of January 2025 were a wake-up call for Los Angeles. They exposed the city's vulnerability to wildfires and the urgent need for comprehensive action. The city must invest in upgrading its water infrastructure, improving forest management practices, and creating more resilient communities. The future of Los Angeles, a city built on the edge of wilderness, depends on it.